Hello, this is Josh Folletti from American Heritage, and this is my multimodal essay on a short passage from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. The passage I chose is The electric things have their lives too, paltry as Zola's lives are, and that's on page 241 of the novel. And there are a lot of things that are interesting about this passage, and I will explain them in this analysis. The actual analysis. This passage shows us how Rick truly feels about the androids and the electric animals. It's at the end of the book, and he's been through all these experiences and all these encounters with various different types of electric animals and all sorts of androids. And it just kind of sums up how he feels about them at the end of the novel. I mean, he finally accepts they have lives too, even if how petty their lives are, they still have lives. And it shows us how even though they don't really have lives, they can still live a life. Because these androids and the electric animals, they're not actually living. They're just working mechanisms. And they're just machines, and they can still live a normal human life or a normal life of a sheep, but they're not living, and it's a great ending to the book because it makes us wonder what exactly he's thinking, even though it kind of tells us, and it gives us a sense of mystery to the ending of the novel. Because if you finish the novel, you don't want to just be done with it and forget about it 10 minutes later. You're going to want to remember it and think about it for a while, and that kind of helps us, and along with other passages at the end of the novel, but this one especially, because it just gives us that sense of because even right now, I came up with most of this just on the spot because it's easy to think about. Yeah. So what and how this relates to reality? It is kind of talking about how maybe an ant or potato bug have lives, but they are so petty. Because an ant, it walks around, it eats the crumbs off the floor, you barely even see them, and they don't affect you whatsoever. That's kind of like how he's talking about these androids or the electric animals. Their lives are so petty. There's nothing to it because they're not actually living. Like I said before, they're just machines. And yeah, and the androids are so human. Also, it wouldn't matter if they were there or not, because no one would even know the difference if they were there or not, because if they're there, then it just looks like there's more humans, and if they weren't there, there's just a few less humans. It's no big deal. And the same goes for the ant or the potato bug. They have lives, but they are so insignificant to humans and so petty that if they weren't there, no one would even notice, at least not for a long while. So an ant, it does its thing. I probably haven't even seen an ant in 6 months. So if that ant, and I haven't even noticed, if that ant just disappeared off the face of the earth, I still wouldn't have noticed after like a year. And it's kind of the same with the androids. If they were walking amongst us right now and they just stopped, no one would even notice and no one would care, because life would just go on. Nothing would even change. And that's how petty their lives are. And here's some pictures from the novel. They're relating to the novel, at least. There's a few up there. That one I liked. It's a sheep getting plugged into the wall. There's some clips from Blade Runner. And yep, that's my multimodal essay. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next semester.